25 animals that literally have superpowers. 1. Nobody listen to the cuckoo. Like the sleazy baddie from Marvel's Jessica Jones, the cuckoo bird uses its voice to make other birds do the one thing they don't want to do, foster the cuckoo's eggs, while ignoring their own. 2. Do hairy frogs say Snikt? What is happening with these hairy frogs? Who told them they could break their bones, push it through their skin, and use them as claws? The frog is a bit similar to Wolverine. Do you think they smoke cigars and call everyone pup? 3. Cuttlefish, invisible menace. How cool is it that a cuttlefish can make itself invisible? Well, not entirely invisible, but invisible to the human eye, by changing its skin, much like Sue Storm, from the Fantastic Four. 4. Water Boatman, master of the Highlands. The water boatman is a tiny bug, but it can make a sound that blasts out at 99.2 decibels, about the volume of a loud orchestra, which is insane, because the boatman is about as big as your fingernail. How does it do this? It rubs its penis against its abdomen in a process known as stridulation. 5. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's an albatross. If you haven't seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail, you might not be aware that an albatross can travel thousands of miles on wind currents without ever flapping its wings. It's all very Superman. 6. Pit viper's a symbol. Similar to vision skill, a pit viper has the ability to see the heat coming off a living being's body. As soon as a viper learns to fly and joins the Avengers, we rep. 7. Alpine ibex and the secret of the tin can. The famed alpine ibex goat can run up walls at death-defying angles. It's basically the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of goats. 8. Who invited the striped polecat to the party? The striped polecat can spray a putrid, sticky spray from the renal glands to keep their enemies at bay. They're regularly considered the world's smelliest animal. Their ability to shoot a smelly spray is similar to the intoxicator Superpowers from Freshmen. 9. Is that a chainsaw or a lyrebird? The lyrebird has the crazy ability to mimic any sound that it hears, including chainsaws, cars, and other birds. It's a bit reminiscent of Black Canary's shriek. 10. But can the mimic octopus turn into a pizza? The mimic octopus might be creepy, but it's also one of the most adept animals when it comes to hiding from its predators. It's so smart that it's able to discern which sea creature it would be best to impersonate when faced with a possible predator. If this thing isn't Mystique, we don't know what is. 11. Tardigrade is the saddest microorganism. The tardigrade is an organism that can survive in any type of scenario in space. Check. Underwater. No props. In a nuclear blast. DUH. Much like Dr. Manhattan, the tardigrade is nigh indestructible, and also a bit of a lonely god. 12. You wouldn't like me when I'm an elephant. Elephants are super strong, especially when it comes to lifting things with their trunk. According to scientists, they can lift 4.5% of their own weight using just their trunk. Spotted Hyena Lad. Hyenas are kind of like the Hyena Lad of the animal kingdom. They can eat anything and people kind of forget about them. 14. Sadly, a platypus cannot be your lore. The platypus is one of the most interesting mammals that exist today. Not only can it lay eggs, but it can construct a three-dimensional electrical picture of its environment with an electro-detection sense in its beak. 15. A salamander superhero star might be the cutest thing ever. You guys, salamanders can regrow their limbs with a real regenerative healing factor. Scientists are in the early stages of reverse engineering the salamander's healing power to lengthen the human lifespan. 16. Don't call the archer fish Puddin. An archer fish is basically the death shot of the undersea world. Sniper fish shoot a water jet right out of their mouths with incredible accuracy. How? They compress their gill covers and force water through a veritable gun barrel made by their tongue and the roof of their mouth. 17. Watch out, Spider-Man, here comes an electric eel. Most kids go through a phase where they can't seem to get enough information about piranhas and electric eels. Even though electric eels sound ridiculous, their ability to produce an electric shock is very real. 18. If a flea had a catchphrase, it wouldn't be as cute as Spoon. Fleas are able to jump 7 vertical inches by storing and releasing energy in a cuticular spring. 7 inches might not mean much to you, but remember that fleas are smaller than a speck of dust. If this weren't definitely a flea, we'd think it was the tick. 18. The rodent with the mouth. No one knows why, but naked mole rats can't get cancer. Scientists have studied their genes and are working on a way to clone and sequence their DNA. A burst of cancer, literal lab rats, crazy skin. These guys are basically the Deadpool of the animal kingdom. 20. The horned lizard is bloody spectacular. If you ever get up in a horned lizard's business, you better get ready to be sprayed with blood. If a horned lizard were an X-Man, it would be Cyclops, only way cooler and messier. 21. They should have called it the butt-stuffed beetle. When a bombardier beetle needs to make a quick getaway, what does it do? Not much. It simply induces a chemical explosion inside its shell to create a boiling, toxic liquid which it sprays at its aggressor, much like the Flash's nemesis, the Mist. 22. The Turritopsis DohrniiJellyfish is going to live forever. For at least 25 years, scientists have been trying to crack the genetic code of the Turritopsis DohrniiJellyfish, an aquatic animal that never seems to die and can make itself younger whenever it needs to. Kind of like Thor, but to jellyfish. 23. How cute would a hummingbird be in a little red suit? If you've ever seen a hummingbird in flight, then you already know that it's an amazing creature. But did you know that hummingbirds are the fastest animal relative to their size? A scientist measured them moving at up to 385 body lengths per second, around 27.3 meters per second. 24. Did someone say Gecko thread? Spider-Man can do anything a gecko can. Specifically the whole walking up walls bit. 25. Why is that ring-tailed lemur wearing a diamond necklace? Ring-tailed lemurs are the most street-smart animals in the world. Scientists proved that when they had the not monkeys / not rats steal food from humans in a really strange experiment. Put this thing in a leather catsuit and we wouldn't be able to tell the difference between it and Selena Kyle.